Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
When you go out on a first date with somebody, you never know if there's somebody else with you on that date.
What?
There could be somebody watching the entire time.
Wait, someone that's not actually on the date with you?
Or they could technically kind of be on the date.
I don't get it.
Now that you're thoroughly confused, let's talk to Taryn, who was on a date that she wasn't really invited to.
What?
Still don't get
It'll make sense. Taryn, what's up? How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Oh my God, Taryn, you just sound like a stalker right now.
Really?
No, it's not like that.
Yeah, that's what all stalkers say.
This might actually be the first time we're doing a second date update like this, Taryn. I'll go ahead and let you tell the story. So what do you want to do today with a second date update?
So I'm a waitress at an Italian restaurant, and I was serving a guy who was on a date with someone else. But throughout the course of it, he is really, really nice. He was very sweet and like cool, calm, collected. And she was like a wannabe Kardashian. She was really rude. She was rude to me. She was snobby to him and everyone else around. And I'm kind of interested in him.
Oh my God.
See? So
Wait,
you kind of
hold
were
up.
on the date. Like, you never think about that, but your server is actually on your date, too. They're experiencing some things with you.
Oh, true.
I just got to kind of experience their whole date. And I saw how everything was happening and just watching it happen between them.
Wait, can you give us some of the highlights of their date before we move on to you getting a date with him?
Honestly, I felt bad for him because he was being very nice to her and he was being very calm with her while she would just go on and on about herself. Anytime I came by or even walked by, she was talking about herself, talking about how amazing she is, talking about the men that she has, like, messaging her and texting her, and
That
it
is
sounded like
messed
she's
up.
trying to make him jealous. She even at one point said to him, she's like, I almost didn't go out with you. Like, I wasn't sure if you were good enough for me.
Whoa, she actually said that?
She said that?
Come on.
I'm serious.
And
What was his
Yeah,
reaction?
could you see his reaction?
He just kind of chuckled, and he was like, oh, he's like, I hope you're having a good time. And she's like, oh, yeah, I totally am. And
Wait, are you sure, though, that he wasn't into it? Because although it's totally baffling to me, too, some guys like that.
I mean, I don't really know, but just reading his body language, you know how like you can see two people together and you're like one person is totally not in this and they want
Yeah.
out. That's what I
Yeah.
kept getting the vibe of
Oh,
like
my God.
he's trying to be really nice. He's not a bad guy and he doesn't want to just up and leave her, but he was also not into it.
God, this must
Really?
be one of the best things about being a waitress is being able to eavesdrop on everybody's dates. I mean, and get your own dates off of the whole thing, too. But,
I mean, it does kind of help. I mean, you get to meet a lot of people that way.
yeah.
I used to wait tables a lot, and I would love it when like you get a couple who was in an argument. It was so fun to experience the awkwardness of going up to their table. I know they weren't in an argument, but still, she was being pretty crappy to him, it sounds like.
Yeah, she just talked about herself the whole time. She's very extremely high maintenance and selfish.
Did you have any interaction with him?
I did. She at one point got up to go to the bathroom, so I kind of saw that as my moment to kind of go in and just make sure, you know, I wasn't being creepy of like, hey, how are things going? Like with her, it was, you know, is everything okay? How's dinner? You know, any drinks? And just kind of letting him know that I was, you know, there, supportive, trying to be low-key about it.
Okay.
All right. And did he seem interested?
I don't know, you know, I just didn't want to do anything to jeopardize my job.
Of course.
Like, tell her off and be like, you get out of here.
You stupid.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He is a sweet man, and you're being an a-hole.
That'd be so amazing.
That would be awesome,
I've told my
actually.
manager.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I just told my manager you have to leave. How did you get his phone number?
Well, the restaurant I work in is more of a classier restaurant, so you do need to make reservations. So his number was in the reservations book.
Okay, now, wait, I'm
wait
going to
a
stop
minute.
you because now you're the one that's being a little sketchy.
Well, no, I'm not asking him to go out. I just want to know if he's even interested.
Do you think he'll even remember you?
Well, that's where I'm kind of hoping you guys can help me out to see if he does.
Yeah. We'll probably have to jog his memory with the actual date he was on. So other than a wannabe Kardashian, how could I describe her when we call him?
I mean, she's really high maintenance. She had her makeup super, super done. Her hair
Okay,
was
but he might not think that, because he was on a date with her. So what, like just color hair?
Bio.
Yeah, something real quick so I could be like, hey,
She
you
was a
went on a
real
date with
jerk.
this person. Do you remember?
She was short for sure.
Okay.
She had long blonde hair, but it wasn't all real. She obviously had extensions.
Okay.
The color didn't match perfectly, but it was blonde.
All right.
She had like a really tight green dress, but it didn't fit the restaurant. It was kind of tacky. It was a little trashy looking.
Okay.
Like,
So I'm going to say, hey, do you remember going out with a chick with really bad extensions and a tacky green dress at an Italian restaurant? He might remember that, actually.
I think it's a better description.
Did he say anything to you when he left? Like, you guys flirt at all?
I'm not really sure. Like, I thanked them. I told them to have a great night, and he was like, thank you. You too. Thanks so much. So it was, he made eye contact with me. Not everyone does that, so.
Okay.
Okay.
So maybe
This is-
he's into you.
I know that this isn't the traditional way of doing things, but I figure give it a shot. Why not?
Okay,
Okay.
cool. Well, we'll play a song and then come back and call him and see if we can get you a date in sort of a second date update.
Okay, thanks.
All right, we'll do it next time.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
We're right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just joining us, today's second date update is a little different. Taryn is on the phone, and she wants to call a dude. I don't do we even know his... Hey, Taryn, do we
that's
even
a good
know his
point.
name?
Yeah, it's Steve. It was in the book.
Okay, Steve. So his name's Steve. Taryn was actually the waitress when Steve was on a date with another girl, and Taryn witnessed the other girl being kind of terrible to Steve. So after they left, she actually got his number from the reservation book and wants to call him and ask him out herself. So it's sort of a second date update since she was kind of on their date because she was the waitress, but not really. So this is going to be an interesting phone call for Steve. And do you want us to focus on the girl he was with, or do you want us to just tell him that you waited on him and thought he was cute and want to ask him out?
I kind of want to just ignore that girl and get past her.
Okay.
That's a good idea. Now, what do you want us to say if he's totally creeped out that his waitress stole his number from the reservations book?
I feel like he's cool enough to just like go with it and kind of feel it out and see where it goes.
Yeah, you think that,
Oh.
but you don't know him. Like,
Yeah, it's like, where's your manager?
you didn't really
Yeah.
have any conversations together.
Well, I guess if it doesn't go well, then I can just lie and say he forgot something at the restaurant or something.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Produce an umbrella out of
yeah.
somewhere.
We'll see if we can figure out a lie for you if it doesn't work. But I'm going to call him right now, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Steve?
Yes, who's this?
Steve, what's up, man? How are you? This is Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of it before?
Yeah.
Oh, you have? Okay. Sweet. You ever listen?
Sometimes.
You ever hear of a second date update before?
Not sure. Why are you calling me?
So we do a segment on our show. It's called the second date update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then they end up not calling you back after, you can email us and we'll get that person on the phone and ask what happened.
Okay. So you're calling about a date that I went on?
Yeah, you went out to an Italian place a little bit ago with a girl in a green dress, blonde girl, short.
Naomi?
I don't know if that's her name. I just was given the description. Is that her name? Naomi? That's who you went out with?
Yeah, that's her name, but I'm confused because we have another date lined up.
Yeah, no, that makes sense to me. Won't make sense to you. But she's not the one who wanted us to call you.
Okay.
Yeah, so why did we bring her up? I mean, this is weird. This is a weird one even for us.
Yeah, I'm confused. I don't get what's happening.
So when you went out with that Naomi girl, your server actually noticed you and thought that you were really cute and wanted us to call you.
Okay.
Do you remember
wait,
her?
Do you remember her? That was a good laugh.
Kind of.
Okay, so you know who we're talking about, the woman who served you that night when you were out on that other date.
Yeah, I remember her.
Okay, what'd you think of her?
She was professional. She was nice.
I don't think she was very professional.
I'm not getting
I
the
would
vibe,
argue with
though.
that. Did you think she was maybe cute?
I I think so. I don't really remember I was on a date, so I wasn't really paying attention to those.
Oh, you're one of those guys who pays attention to your date and isn't
Good
lusting after the
man.
waitress the whole time. Whatever.
Loser.
Yeah.
I guess I don't really get what the point of this is. Why are you asking me all these questions?
Well, I'll just tell you, okay? So, Taryn, that's the name of your waitress that night. She thought you were attractive, and she wanted to meet you.
Like outside of the restaurant.
Yeah, like romantically.
Okay.
And she's actually on the phone right now listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
She's on the phone now?
Hey, Steve. It's Taryn. Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
This is weird.
I know it's super weird. I just wanted to get in contact with you. I wanted to reach out, so this is kind of the only way I could think of doing it.
Oh my God, awkward.
Do you remember me for real, or are you just saying that?
No, I remember you.
Okay. I just saw like the whole interaction between you and your date that night, and you just seemed like a really sweet and nice guy, and the way that she was acting just throughout the night seemed like her saying that she wasn't sure if you were good enough for her. I feel like you're way too good for her, and you deserve somebody who isn't completely high maintenance and into themselves 24/7.
Whoa.
Whoa, you were really paying attention, huh?
Well, I mean, yeah, it was, you guys were one of my tables that I was taking care of, but it wasn't hard. I mean, you couldn't really ignore it. She was pretty loud about a lot of the things, especially when, like, her food came out, her pasta came out, and she sent it back twice because the first time it was too salty, and then the second time it wasn't salty enough. It's just, it's like she finds reasons to be difficult.
Maybe she has like a diet thing with the pasta. I mean, I don't want to jump to any conclusions. I think she's just particular about certain things like that.
About certain things?
So wait, did you enjoy your date with Naomi, Steve?
Yeah, a lot.
Well, you said you had another date set up, right?
Yeah, we're hanging out next week.
Oh.
You're going out with her again after that whole debacle?
Debacle? I mean, it was a first date, so I thought it went pretty well. I mean, it's not going to be perfect for a first date.
I mean, okay, like I don't know you or anything, but just from what I saw and what I do know of that time is that you're really nice, and no one should be treated the way that she was treating you through that entire dinner. You deserve way better than that.
Well, thank you, but I think that you were just seeing it in a different way. She's a nice person. She is.
Really?
Yeah, Taryn, I thought you were going to stay away from talking about his date.
I mean, I'm sorry. I know I said I wasn't going to do that, but I mean, she in the middle of this whole thing yelled out at him, "Aren't you gay?" Like, what? What do you see in this person?
Whoa.
No, I mean, I dress really well. People make that mistake sometimes, so
So you're
nice, dude.
Yeah.
I wasn't offended.
She doesn't sound like she was very nice to you.
She's sassy. She's like a big personality. She's harmless.
She has a big personality. She's super into herself. Doesn't really care about anyone else around her unless they're giving her all of the attention. And I know that I'm maybe stepping over my boundaries here, but I feel like somebody's got to step in and be like, you got to wake up, man. Like, she is not right for you. She is not a good person, and you deserve so much more than that, like 100% more than that.
Thank you for saying that.
So wait, I'm confused. Does that ring true for you, Steve? Or is Taryn just coming off like she's attacking your date and being kind of crazy?
No, as I said, she has a big personality. I could see why someone would see that, but I'm kind of more of like a easygoing, laid-back kind of guy, so I'm kind of attracted to that in Naomi, I guess.
Oh.
So,
I mean, I can understand on some level of like opposites attract, but you don't need to be completely put down by the other person in order to have that and you be really nice. I really think that you're a nice, sweet guy. You're really attractive. I just don't understand what you see in someone like her who is completely selfish and into themselves only. And I wanted to do this super weird thing. I know it's like completely different, but I just wanted to give it a shot and see if you wanted to go out with me.
Yeah, Steve, would you like to go out with Taryn on a first date? It's kind of a second date because you didn't even know you were being watched while you were on your date. But would you like to go out with Taryn on a date? We'll pay for it.
I mean, I will say, if you're into big personalities, Taryn's obviously one too, because she called the radio station, stole your number, and here we are.
Hey, don't compare me to the other girl. We are nothing alike.
I'm just trying to help you. He likes the other girl, even though you don't, Taryn.
Well, I mean, we've only gone on one date. We're not exclusive or anything, so
Yeah.
I would be open to a first date.
Hey.
So yes,
Okay.
is that a yes?
I mean, as long as it's okay with her that I'm still going to be seeing Naomi, then I'm down.
Okay. Well, Taryn, now you have a battle on your hands. So you want to see if you can win Steve's heart from Naomi.
How about we leave it at you go out on your date with her, and if you do so happen to change your mind, I'll leave my phone number with the station here, and you can call them and get my number.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
So, Steve, if you go out with, the girl you were originally on a date with, Naomi, if you go out with her and she's a which is what Taryn says,
Yeah.
then you can call us and we'll give you Taryn's number and you can go out with Taryn.
Okay.
Steve, you know what? Go out with her one more time because I think that's all it's going to take for you to open your eyes and realize that she is not right for you.
Oh, okay. Confident.
All right.
Wow. All right. You are fiery, aren't you?
Yeah. Now all of a sudden
my
you're
God.
interested, Steve.
Hello,
Well,
Taryn.
Yeah.
we'll have Taryn's
Good
number
night,
here if you want to
Naomi.
call us, all right?
Okay. I'll see how this goes, I guess.
Okay, I'll be waiting for that phone call of you telling me, I told you so.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I've been moving calm, don't start no trouble with me.
Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Anytime I hear stories from friends of mine, usually female, who have had like a worker over on their house, either doing some construction or something, and they end up asking them out, it always trips me out because they never say yes to the guy, but then I think there's the one time where that's actually worked for that dude. And you never hear about it actually working until today, and today's second date update. Jane actually agreed to go out with the cable guy who asked her out, who's usually probably going to be one of the creepier people to come to your house.
Out of all of them, that's
Yeah.
who you pick. I'd go with the plumber first.
Jane, how are you?
Hey, guys. I'm good. How are you?
Good. So you actually decided to go out with the cable guy, huh?
Well, yeah, he was cute. I mean,
How does that even happen?
he showed up to all my cables, and we got to talking, and he just asked me out, and I was like, this guy is so cute, and he's not like a regular cable guy. Like, he wasn't creepy.
He's better than all the other cable guys, isn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Whoa. What did you guys do on your date?
We went out for a drink, and we talked about movies. Like, I just saw Guardians of the Galaxy, and he had seen it too, so we, talked about that.
Nice.
And just, hung out. We told jokes. I'm really nerdy, but I love jokes. And he loves jokes too, as it turns out.
Weird. You're one of those rare people that like jokes.
Sense of humor is
Yeah.
something nobody likes.
Strange, Jane.
Wow.
Weird that you two little oddballs would find each other in a world as big as this.
Are you making fun of me?
No, I'm not.
A
Jane.
little.
I'm not making fun of you at
A
all.
little bit of a joke.
So you guys had drinks,
Yeah.
enjoyed some jokes and some movie talk. Anything else happen interesting on your date?
Usual date stuff.
Okay. Like, what's usual date stuff for you? Because, hey, we get a lot of these second date updates, and some people's usual date stuff is like unusual 12 years married stuff.
No, I'm pretty basic. It's think of a normal date with a cable guy. We talked about what kind of premium channels I have. We talked about my remote control.
You try to get some sort of free upgrade off of him? Is that what you were doing?
Exactly. I was like, can you bundle my package?
Yeah, I bet you wanted him to bundle your package a little bit.
that line.
That's obviously why you're calling to do a second date update. So he hasn't.
No. No.
So he obviously hasn't called you back since your date. Have you talked to him at all?
No.
Okay. And we do these things. I ask everybody every single time, is there something weird that could have happened during your date? Did you do something weird? Did you say something that he could have thought was weird?
I didn't think it was weird, but when I was talking to your producer ahead of time, he actually did think that one part of my story was strange.
Okay, and what part of the story is that?
So maybe the only thing that maybe weirded him out a little bit is that I have a happy birthday book.
You have a what?
It's a happy birthday book.
What's a happy birthday book?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's a little book that I keep in my purse, and I write the birthdays of people I like in it so that I can remember them and wish them happy birthday.
So you have a book with you at all times with everybody that you feel is close to you.
Yeah, I think birthdays are special.
And you thought that was weird? I mean, it is kind of, but not bad enough to not to call
I
somebody
don't know.
back.
I mean, we'd had a couple drinks, and we were just being fun and flirty. So I asked him what his birthday was, and he told me. So I wrote it down in my birthday book, and he gave me kind of a weird look.
So he seemed kind of weirded out that you pulled out a book and wrote down his birthday after he said it.
Yeah, he did.
Did you explain to him what you were doing? Or did you ask him his birthday and then creepily take out a book, write it down, and put it away back in your purse?
No, I explained.
Okay. Do you feel like the birthday book weirded him out?
Well, I don't think it's weird because my mom used to do that, so it's just second nature to me. My mom was a very polite person who wrote people birthday cards, and it's just how I was raised.
Did your mom teach you rules about it, though? Like, you don't kiss on the first date, you don't birthday book on the first date?
No, you guys.
That's what I was going to think. The only reason why I think your birthday book would have weirded him out is if he thought that it was all just people that were super, super close to you.
Yeah.
And then you're already including him in that group of people. Did you explain to him that, hey, I just write down everybody's birthday because I'm a sweetheart and I like to send pictures and cards and things like that? Happy birthday.
I don't think I did.
Okay. So maybe he's thinking that you might be a little clingy and someone who'd get a little too attached too quick.
Yeah.
That is a big jump to conclusions for writing down one birthday, though. I
No.
mean, come on, especially when you're drinking a little bit. How drunk were you guys?
Pretty drunk. Thank you, Brooke.
I don't think so.
Just saying,
No,
all
if
of a
I go
sudden-
out on a first date with a girl and she's already solidified my name in a book with my birth date next to it, to me, that sounds pretty permanent already.
Plus, it's the digital age where all of this information is already readily available online. So it's kind of taking a special effort to physically write it down in a book.
But that's what I like about it, because nobody writes things down anymore,
I think it's thoughtful. I think you're nice.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, all right?
Thanks.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Jane is on the phone with us. She took a risk, a big risk, and went out on a date with the cable guy.
Yeah.
He actually asked her out while she was working at her house. She agreed to go out with him. From her account, they had a fun time, drinks, talking about a lot of subjects they were both interested in.
Including jokes.
They're both
they both
are
jokes.
very into jokes, which is weird because most people not into those things.
Laugh a lot.
Jane says the one thing, though, that did happen on their date that she thinks might be the reason he's not calling her back is she keeps a birthday book with her, something that none of us in here have ever heard before. It's a little book that she keeps in her purse with everybody's birthday written down in it, people who she thinks is special and important in her life, so that she can send them cards or whatever whenever the birthday comes up. Well, at some point during the date, she took out the birthday book, wrote his birthday down in it, and then closed it and put it back in her purse. And she thinks that maybe he's a little weirded out by that. All right, Jane, are you ready to give Travis a call?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Anything
nice.
other than the birthday book that you can think about that might have gone wrong on your date?
No, and, I think even the birthday book was harmless.
Okay.
I think it was just it was a fun thing, and I
agree.
hope that he's fun like that.
All right, well, I'll dial the phone number right now, see if we can get him on the phone, and then find out why he's not calling you back.
Okay.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Travis, please?
this is him speaking.
Travis, my name's Jubal. I'm having a problem with my cable. Came over and worked on it a little while ago. I'm not sure if you remember me or not.
No, I'm not. How did you get my cell phone number?
Oh, that's because what I just said is completely wrong. This is actually Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning on Moving 92.5. How are you?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I still don't know who you are.
Well, I host a radio show, and you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners.
Okay.
She says that you're not calling her back after your date, and so she emailed us and asked if we could get you on the phone and find out why. Her name is Jane. Jane, you recently went out with her after you came over to work on her cable. I guess you asked her out, and the two of you went out for drinks.
Oh, birthday girl Jane?
That would be the appropriate name for Jane.
That would probably be the right Jane. Listen, we talked to Jane before calling you, and she told us a little bit about your date, said she had a fun time. She said the only awkward thing would be this little birthday book that she has, and judging by the fact that you called her birthday girl Jane, I'm assuming that probably was a little weird to you.
She told you about that, huh?
Yeah, she did. I thought that would be a little strange if I was on a date with her and she did that. So was that was weird for you?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was really weird, actually.
Just because she wrote your birthday down, that was like too strange?
Well, I mean, she kept asking for my birthday, and like I told her, and she closed the book, and she said, "Travis, I will never forget your birthday because you were special."
Okay, that's a little weird.
That's kind of sweet. I mean, she's drunk. I mean, was she slurring a little bit? Like,
that's what I picture, though. I do a picture of the hammered girl just like, I'll never forget your birthday because you're special. You're so special, Travis. Is that how it happened?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a first date. I mean, that's pretty weird saying all this stuff. But anyway, she starts like, she forgets that she had birthdays for her like girlfriends today, so she starts texting them.
Oh, no.
She was texting her friends that she saw in the birthday book that she has.
Yeah, and she like makes me grab the phone and sing "Happy Birthday" to one of her friends.
Oh, dude.
Oh, that sucks.
that's kind of funny.
No, I would be annoyed with that. Like she put you on the spot and said, "Here's the phone, sing happy birthday to my friend Janet," or whatever. Is that what happened?
Yeah, it was just kind of annoying because like we're at this bar and I'm singing "Happy Birthday" to one of her friends who I've never met before.
Did she seem really drunk at this point?
Yes.
Okay, because that sounds like hammered activity. Like, it's my birthday book. And you know what we're going to do now this Sunday? We're going to sing happy birthday to everybody.
Do you think that maybe she was like just trying to be playful, though, and still flirting with you?
At first, it was kind of cute when she was asking me about it, but then she kept asking me, like, if I remember her birthday, like it was a quiz.
Oh, no.
She kept saying, "Travis, when's my birthday?" I was like, April 19th. I said that a couple times during the night. She was like, "Good job."
So you're saying that she has a strange obsession with birthdays.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
A little bit.
And she
right.
kept giving you like a pop quiz that you never wanted to have.
Oh, sweet
No.
girl.
I mean, it was cute. It was cute the first time, but after that, it was really annoying.
Yeah.
Hey, Travis, when is her birthday?
April 19th.
Good job.
He couldn't help it.
Travis, I should also let you know that she's actually on the other line listening.
Hi, Travis. I caught you.
What do you mean you caught him, Jane?
Why do you hate birthdays so much, you birthday hater?
I don't hate birthdays, but I think it's weird constantly talking about birthdays.
Now who's the one who's constantly talking about birthdays, you birthday hater?
Are you, Jane, what are you doing? Is this like your weird way of flirting with Travis?
Reverse psychology? Or?
Jane.
I don't know. I like him so much.
Oh, Jane.
You sweet girl. Are you just embarrassed right now?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you could just explain to him like you were just being wasted or something.
I was. Travis, I'm so sorry. I feel like I probably blew it with you. I just was drunk and I was having fun and I thought you were on the drunk train with me.
Well, I mean, it was just really weird. It was like our first date, and all you wanted to talk about was birthdays and his birthday book, and I thought that was really strange.
I got nervous. I ran out of jokes to tell.
So is that your backup, Jane? When you get nervous, you run out of the jokes, and then you get into the birthday stuff.
Oh
my gosh, you guys. When I get nervous, I just don't even know what I'm doing. I get so confused. It's like I black out from nervousness.
Oh my God, it could be worse.
I agree with that, Jane, because I just heard you a second ago trying to flirt with Travis in order to get him back about the birthday thing. I can tell that you really get flustered.
I do. It's really a problem. Yeah.
All right, well, let me do this for you then, Jane. Let me do this for you, okay? You just sit there and hang out for a second, all right, and collect yourself, okay? Because this might be pretty nerve-wracking what's about to happen. Travis, I would like it if you would go out with Jane again and give her a second shot. She sounds like she just does not know how to handle nerves at all, and hopefully on a second date she'll be a little less nervous.
Oh, she's
Would you go out with Jane again?
I don't know.
One more chance. Like, how harmful can it be to go out with her again? The worst thing could happen is you start talking about birthdays again, and then you never have to call her. Just give it one more shot. She sounds like she likes you a lot and was just incredibly nervous on your first date.
All right, I'll do it.
You'll do it?
I'll do it.
All right.
Way to go,
Fabulous. Jane, congratulations. You got your second date.
I'm so excited. I promise I won't be weird this next date.
I don't think you can make that guarantee, Jane, but just embrace it. Say, if I'm weird, then know that underneath it all is a really cool girl who just wants to hang out and have fun.
Okay.
I bet.
Yeah. No, if I'm weird, it's just know that underneath it all, I'm just like a totally cool girl who just wants to have fun.
You didn't have to say that, Jane. I was saying you could say that to Travis, but we'll get through this. I feel like I want to be your dating coach now.
Jubal, help me.
Yeah, I'm trying, Jane.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
It can be really hard to meet women when you're new in town.
Oh,
you know, especially going out to the bars and stuff like that. A lot of women can be kind of cold to you unless you're willing to pay for it.
No,
and I've moved around a lot in my life, and if you find the right part of town in the new area that you just moved to and you got, say, 60, 70 bucks in your pocket, women can be very accommodating. Unfortunately, though, Frank, who is on the phone with us right now for a second date update, hasn't found that out yet. Frank, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, guys. Yeah, I don't think I've found that part of town yet, and I'm hoping not to. So.
Yeah, good.
I can help you out.
Good.
You need any recommendations? I can throw them your way.
Jubal's like the Yelp of that area.
No, thank you. I'm good, man.
So your email said that you're new in town and you're having trouble meeting ladies, and then you finally met a girl to go out with, and now she's not calling you back. What's her name?
Her name's Crystal.
Crystal, and since you were having trouble meeting ladies, where did you meet Crystal at?
Well, I made a friend at my new job, and they had this friend in mind, and they wanted to set it up. So they did all the work, and it was just me showing up. It was very easy.
How many times have you gone out to try to meet people since you've been here?
3 times, and it's always ended in failure because it's just it just seems like the women here, and I mean, I know I'm new, so I haven't had too much exposure to it. It just seemed very difficult to connect with. It's just a little bit colder, a little bit. I don't know what it is. I'm still trying to put my finger on it. I don't get it.
Have you tried walking up behind him and tapping him on the shoulder and just going, "Hey, new in town, let's go back to my place"?
Not yet. Is that what I should do?
No, don't do that. Don't do anything that he says. Anything he says, do the opposite.
All right.
So the date was obviously good because you want to talk to this girl again.
Yeah, definitely. I thought we really clicked. It was a great time, and she was attractive, and we had a fun night.
What'd you guys do?
We had a couple of bars, and then we ended up playing pool, and I thought that was a lot of fun. She was actually a really good pool player, and she seemed to be competitive. So we ended up playing pool for a while. I even put a bet down on the last game, which was a lot of fun.
Was it like a, hey, if I win, you gotta kiss me. If you win, you gotta kiss me. If that guy on the other table wins, you gotta kiss me. One of those type of bets?
Yeah, it was actually $20.
Oh, it's very literal.
No, she did great, and I won. You know, which was for me. I'm super competitive, so it was,
Wait, you didn't let her win?
You know, I didn't take the $20. I mean, I wanted to be a gentleman about it. You know,
What a chump. She probably is not calling you back because she doesn't respect you because you
Yeah.
don't collect your debts.
That's it.
Right. No, we were kind of laughing about it. And that whole part was cool. It got weird a little bit before she left. Like, there were a couple of awkward moments at the end that make me think that maybe she didn't feel exactly the same way that I did.
Well, let's get to the awkward part then. What happened that was awkward?
We'd been drinking a little bit, so I was feeling pretty good. And she was keeping up with me on the drinks, too. And so as you start feeling good and you feel like you're connecting with somebody, you know, the romantic side of you starts coming out. And I'm thinking, okay, I want to kiss this girl.
Mm-hmm.
But I just couldn't find that moment. You know, it just felt a little awkward every time I thought about it. So I finally came around and asked her if it'd be okay to kiss her.
Okay.
And she goes, I don't kiss guys that ask me if they can kiss me.
That sucks.
That's kind of
That's
funny.
always an awkward ask, and usually it ends up like, sure, you can kiss me. Thanks for asking. You're such a gentleman. She didn't like it, though.
No, but it got worse because then I figure, okay, so my mind's like, I'm trying to go as fast as I can, even though it was a little buzz, right? But I'm thinking, okay, she doesn't like a guy asking, maybe I should just kiss her now, you know? And so, like, I'm leaning in for the kiss, and then she pushes me away. She goes, no, I'm not going to kiss you. So I'm like, okay, I can't ask, and I can't go in for the kiss. I can't be forceful about it. So, like, what do I do? You know, it's just weird. It was, I don't know, that part was a little awkward.
Yeah, you should have probably just held off until the second date after you got turned down once, because once she turns you down and then you're like, all right, fine, then I'm going to force it on you. What do you think about that? Usually doesn't go over very well.
So I just called a cab for her and opened the door for her. She gets in the cab, and before I close the door, I move in just a little bit closer, and I go, so no kiss, right?
What? Give it up at this point.
Hey, listen, sometimes you can't stop yourself from feeling that way. You know, it's just it was in my mind, and I had to try.
So you're just harping on the kiss.
Yeah.
So she just looked at me and she smiled and she goes, I think you might have a bad memory because I've already told you no twice.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I think I know why she's not calling you back.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
I don't think it was that. I mean, I know maybe the way I'm describing it might sound like I was being forceful, but it was, you know, I was a gentleman about the whole thing. You know,
Yeah, but
it was just more awkward than it was forceful.
It's not even necessarily being forceful, but it's just constantly being like, okay, so how about that kiss now?
Yeah.
All right, 10 minutes has gone by. Hey, are we going to kiss or no? You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
And even, I feel like even calling her for a second date at this point is just pushing it.
I don't think I'm pushing that hard, to be honest with you. I mean, it may sound bad talking about it now, but it was more of a playful thing. I mean, the whole night was like that.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, cool. Thanks, guys.
All right, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I feel bad for the guy who's on the phone for a second date update today. His name is Frank, and if you missed the first part of the second date update, he told us about how everything went down on his date with a girl named Crystal. They met up at a bar, had a fun time, but he asked her repeatedly for a kiss. He tried to kiss her 3 times, and each time he got denied.
God.
And that's why he thinks he's not getting a call back today. Before we call her, Frank, I do want to say I feel really bad for you, man.
Thanks, Jubal.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be a good reason. Like I said, we had a playful time.
Yeah, before we get into all that, I just want to comfort you. Because to get turned down for a kiss that many times, I can't stand for that. You know, I like kisses. And that's why right now, you and I, over the phone, are going to have a little makeout sesh before we make the phone call, okay? You ready to? Yeah, a little kiss over the phone, okay?
It's like the welcome committee.
Will you kiss me, Frank? Because I'll kiss you right now.
Listen, you know, if these words were coming from
All right.
Too late. Too late.
Brooke on the line.
I'm already making out with you, Frank.
I feel like...
You were a good kisser, Frank. I'm surprised that she didn't want to kiss you.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know. That's what most people say after they kiss me. Just wow. Speechless.
Poor Frank. He just moved to town. Welcome to town, Frank.
Sorry, dude. He's kind of special.
All right, Frank. I'm going to dial the phone number right now. Get her on the phone and see if it was your incessant trying to kiss her that is causing her not to call you back, all right?
All right.
And
Thanks, man.
Look how awkward
if
he
she,
sounds
I
now.
mean, if she does kiss him on the next date, it'll be like she kissed Jubal too.
Hey.
You know how that works.
You want to kiss real quick before I dial the phone number? One more?
I'm good, man. Thanks.
All right. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to dial the phone number right now.
Hello.
Hi, I was looking for Crystal.
Speaking. Who's this?
Hey, Crystal, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm fine. Who is this again?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show.
Did I win something?
No, you did not win anything, but I do want to talk to you for a second about a date that you recently went on.
I'm sorry. Wait, you need to talk to me about a date that I went on?
Yeah. We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update, and somebody recently emailed us about you.
Someone emailed you about me.
Yes.
And so you're calling me to ask me what?
Why you're not calling him back. His name is Frank. Do you remember going out with a guy named Frank?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So Frank told us that he likes you a lot. He told us a little bit about your date and said that he would really like to see you again, but you're not calling him back. Is there a particular reason?
Oh, there's a reason.
All right. Was it the fact that he tried to kiss you like 1,700 times on your date?
That definitely played a part. There was more to it, not just that.
You have a few minutes to tell us what the more to it is?
I don't mind. I really do have something else I have to do, but he probably should know anyways. If you guys should just pass that to him. Yeah.
Pass what to him?
The reason.
What is the reason?
Well, he has a fragrance about him.
A fragrance. That's usually not a good cologne type of smell when you word it like that.
It's definitely not a cologne, and it's definitely not a good one.
Yeah.
So is it just body odor? What is it?
I don't know what it is, but it is very strong.
What, do you have is there anything you can compare it to?
Oh, absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
It's probably the strongest thing I have ever smelled in my life.
So he smelled weird. That's probably why you turned him down for so many kisses, huh?
I didn't even want to be within 100 yards of him.
God.
Yeah.
Why'd you...
You know, I got to jump in. This is ridiculous what I'm hearing right now.
Wow.
Totally ridiculous.
Who is this?
That is Frank, Crystal. He's actually on the other line listening.
Yeah, and I'm not happy.
So wait a
because
minute.
I'm
You
gonna
had
use
him
this.
on the phone the whole time, and we're just sitting here?
Yeah. I was going to tell you that a little later, but then Frank decided to jump in, so...
Great. Here we go.
Yeah, I can't believe you're saying that. I don't smell.
Okay. So I really don't have a lot of time, really, to talk about this, but I'm just going to say, to be honest with you, maybe you were nervous before. Maybe your deodorant doesn't work. Maybe you need something stronger. I don't know. But when you gave me a high five, you literally almost knocked me out unconscious.
Whoa.
What?
True story. True
Yeah, I just
story.
need to
So
help me with this.
if
It's
you're
really
wondering
uncool
why,
stuff right
that
now.
is definitely the reason. You probably should bathe thoroughly before a date. Just saying. I have nothing else to say. It's pretty clear. I thought it was clear that I was like 9,000 cars away from you when you tried to give me a kiss. So I'm really done.
You don't sound remorseful. Like, you're not being very nice about approaching his smell, though.
Because it's ridiculous. And honestly, I'm not going to sit here on the radio. I'm already blindsided by being on the radio already. And it was very clear that I wasn't really interested after he tried to kiss me 411,000 times and I said no. So, and now since he's putting me in a position, now I have to be firm to let you know, if we're looking for a second date, an 11th date, a 12th date, a 1,000th date, it's the exact same reason. It's no all day long. So there we go. I have to go. Sorry, guys. Thanks for calling. I got to go. Bye.
Wow. That was direct.
It's pretty, blunt and to the point.
Yeah.
Hey, Frank, I don't think you're getting a second date.
Ouch. Has anyone ever commented on your smell before, Frank?
Okay, look, I'm going to give it to you guys straight, all right? I'm not like one of those sissy boys that walks around smelling like freaking cucumbers and strawberries, okay? That's not me, man. That's just not what I do. You know, I don't shower every day for a reason. It's unhealthy. So if that's what she's referring to...
Wait, did you say you don't shower every day?
Yeah, I mean, it's scientifically proven that if you shower every day, you're stripping your body because the skin is a protective layer, right? It's not meant to be washed off every day or scrubbed off every day.
He's actually right.
You know?
Yeah,
We're obsessed in this country
I've heard
with-
those studies, but you know what? I still take like 3 or 4 showers a day because I don't give a shit I'd rather not smell.
You don't smell if you don't shower for 1 or 2 days.
Oh, no, you do, Brooke.
No, whatever.
Believe me,
I will shower twice a week. That's plenty.
I work with you. Trust me. There have been some occasions where I'm like, whoa, somebody's a little ripe today.
It's fine.
I smell like I smell. I don't smell like ass. It's just natural musk. It's human pheromones.
Smells like a man.
There are women that are attracted to my pheromone type. It's been proven. I mean, I know women that gravitate towards me just because of my natural smell.
Maybe.
It's a Frank smell. It's me.
The Frank
It's
smell.
the Frank smell.
Oh, the Frank. How often do you shower then?
I mean, I feel like I have a calendar, but maybe every 10 to 14 days or so.
Okay, that's even a lot for me.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie on that one.
You have to smell a little bit
Yeah.
then.
He's fully embraced the
What?
theory.
Listen, it's just me. It's natural. It's naturally Frank. It's just my scent, guys. I have a scent, just like everybody does.
Yeah.
Normal.
Okay, well, I guess that's why she's not calling you back. She didn't like your scent.
Yes, I just have to leave it up to a woman that gets it, man. This is a tough town, guys. It really is a tough town. I
Tough
don't get
town.
it.
Showers way too much.
Yeah. Or maybe that's why women aren't talking to you in the bars when you go out. You ever think of that?
No, it's kind of. This is a one-time thing. I've never heard somebody go off like this about my smell. Crystal obviously is just off her rocker.
She sounds crazy to me, but you know what? No matter what, it is a second date update, so I have to ask the question. Hey, Crystal, even though you hung up, would you like to go out on a second date with Frank? We will pay for it. No, I don't want to because Frank smells funny, stinky. Are you sure? Frank, do you have anything else to say to Crystal?
Yeah, I don't want to go on a date with her either.
Yeah,
so
well,
it's
you're
all good.
stupid. You stinky. You smell. I don't like you either.
Oh my God.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Today might actually be a first for the second date updates. If you missed the one that just played, Frank wanted to call a girl named Crystal because she wasn't calling him back. We found out the reason she wasn't calling him back. Frank only likes to shower once every 10 to 14 days and has what he calls his scent, the scent of Frank, which she was not a fan of. She said that he smelled disgusting. Somebody texted in at 78592. The reason I say it might be a first, they made a very good point. They said, this is the part where people are usually texting in saying, hey, what's his number? I'll go out with him. They ask, I'm curious, is anybody wanting to go out with the guy who smells? No, we have not received one text message saying, I'll go out with Frank. And we've had some weird people. And after every single second date update, people text in like, give him my number. They sound cute. Nobody's texting that about Frank because he stinks.
14 days is a long time. Like 5 days, I feel like I can get behind.
Yeah.
2 weeks
Yeah.
is even a deal breaker for me.
Somebody even said,
I
hey,
can't,
Somebody said, I work with certain homeless people that shower more than this guy.
It's true.
Yeah, exactly. So he just can't understand why girls aren't calling him back. Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, Brooke and Jubal at movie925.com. We will call the person who didn't call you back. Right in the middle of a second date, and if you missed the first part, Gator is on the phone, and today Gator wants to call a woman named Teresa. They were set up through friends, went out on a date, and he probably had one of the best first date activities I've ever heard of. They engaged in a vent-off. That's right. That's where you sit there and you just talk trash about your exes. You take turns going back and forth until one of you has the best, worst ex story ever, and then you win the vent-off. Yay! We never asked Gator, did anybody win the vent-off? Or do you win the vent-off? I don't even know how it works. Gator, does somebody win?
We both do. It's a win-win.
Oh, is it?
All right.
Now, well, Gator, I think this is maybe the worst idea you could have ever possibly had for a first date. It sounds like she enjoyed it.
Yes.
And that you went wrong somewhere else. I didn't hear. Have you tried to contact her?
A number of times. Calls, texts, nothing back to Gator.
Whoa.
Do you always refer to yourself in third person?
I like it.
No, I got nervous.
Okay.
All right. That's okay, man. It happens. You get nervous and you refer to yourself in third person. If your nickname is Gator, you can do that, okay? All right, man. I'm going to dial her phone number right now and see if we can figure out why she's not calling you back, okay?
Yep.
Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Teresa?
this is she.
Hey, Teresa, what's up? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
You mean the radio station?
Yes, I am the entire radio station.
Yeah, I listen to you guys sometimes. What's up?
Oh, nice.
That's awesome, Teresa. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
If you listen a lot, have you heard the second dates before?
I don't know if I have.
It's a segment we do on our show where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up giving them the cold shoulder after that date, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and find out what happened.
Oh, yeah, I think I heard one of these, but it was a while ago.
Okay, well, what if I told you that you are now the star of a second date?
Ooh.
You're kidding, right?
No.
No, not at all. Yeah, you recently went out with a dude who calls himself Gator.
Oh, my God. So he wanted you guys to call me?
Yep.
Have you just been really busy and you haven't been able to get back to him?
Yeah. I mean, can you just tell him that?
Well, if you would have sold that a little more convincingly, maybe, but it's obvious that you were like, yeah, sure, whatever. Do you mind telling us why you're not calling Gator back?
I mean, I don't want to really say it because it's kind of embarrassing for him. So I just feel like...
If it's the butt shaving thing, he told us about that.
Actually, that was really funny. We had a vent off. I don't know if he told you that, but it was like venting about your exes.
Yeah, he did tell us about it, and he did say that he shared with you that he was mad at one of his exes because she wouldn't shave his butt.
I know. That's ridiculous. I mean, I was a little, skeptical, but, I got to call my ex an idiot. He got to call his ex an idiot, so I thought it was cool.
Oh, you did enjoy it. Okay.
Yeah, I actually did. You should actually try that sometime. It's pretty funny.
I do it a couple times a week. I pay like $100 an hour, though, to do it with a therapist. But anyway, probably even more fun on a date. So if that didn't bother you, then why aren't you calling him back? Like, what's wrong with Gator?
There's just a weird situation, and I don't know. It was just weird. That I don't know what to say about it.
On the date, a weird situation happened?
So briefly, I go to the ladies' room, and when I come back, there's like a big, or maybe not a big, but a noticeable piece of my food missing. There's like a piece of fish missing from my plate.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, and so I was just like, did this guy really eat off my plate? And it was just like bugging me. So I went to the ladies again.
Oh my gosh, so you're going to test him?
Exactly. So I asked the waiter to watch while I was away because it was like super friendly, and I just thought couldn't hurt. So I come out of the bathroom, and the waiter catches my eye. I go over there, and he says, yeah, he just took a bite out of your roll.
Out of your dinner roll?
Whoa.
Yeah, that's weird, right?
Yeah, that is pretty weird.
So while you were going to the bathroom, he's eating the food off your plate?
Yeah, who does that?
Whoa.
Like, that is just, I mean, he didn't even ask me.
Were you like raving about how good your food was and you don't think he could help himself, or?
I have no idea what the deal was because, I mean, it's a first date. I didn't want to come out and be
Oh my gosh.
did you just eat half of my asparagus? What is wrong with you? Let me smell your pee. Like, it's just weird.
Oh my
I like how he waits for you to go to the bathroom too. Like he's sneaking bites of your food. Like
sneaky, strange.
Maybe he was hungry. Those restaurant portions at some of those fancier places are really small.
The bottom line is this guy was eating off my plate, and it's a first date. We're not like best friends or anything where he's just chomping on my food.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt super weird about it, and it was a huge turnoff.
Yeah, I can see that. You know, this might be a turnoff too, but Gator is actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yep.
Hi, Teresa.
Oh, my God.
First of all, I didn't know you saw that, so real sorry about that.
Oh, my God. You are unbelievable. I mean, at least you admitted it. You weren't trying to sneak out of it or anything.
Why are you eating people's food while they go to the bathroom, Gator?
I was hungry. I was nervous all day for the date. Didn't eat lunch. So here we're at dinner. I just grabbed a tiny little forkfuls. Remember why my name is Gator? I could have eaten that whole thing in a second.
So you practiced some restraint. That's very nice of you.
Did you not think I wouldn't notice?
I did not. No, I didn't think you would notice. It was tiny little fish forkfuls. Fish get flaky and spreads out, and you're like, oh, I guess it just fell. Or something. I don't know.
Gator, I mean, there's other ways to go about it. Like you could order an appetizer or ask for another basket of bread.
Well, that was the thing. They took the bread away, and I got hungry. I was embarrassed. Like, be like, hey, bring the bread, more bread. I didn't want to look like a pig. I'm on a date here, so instead of I thought it would be better just to snack a little bit on the plate. I didn't.
Yeah. You don't want to look like a pig. You want to just eat off somebody else's plate while they go to the bathroom.
That's better.
Just tiny amounts, exactly. Yeah.
Tiny bites.
Yeah. And I feel bad. This is not what I do, but I did pay for it. So yeah, I mean, in essence, was mine, and
I guess you're right.
Oh.
You were loaning the food to her, I guess.
And that's where you lost me.
Oh.
What? I paid for If anything, you were eating my food because I paid for it. So
what?
Technically, I was giving it to you, and you were eating my fish. So
I never thought of it like that.
What is wrong with you?
That's the only thing wrong with me is I was hungry. I mean, I told you that I didn't eat all day, and if we were dating for a long time, this would be no problem. It would be cute. But just because it's a first date, you get
I would agree with
mad.
that.
Well, but also it might be cute if you guys are doing it together and you're not waiting until she goes to the bathroom to steal your food, I guess, but to steal the food off her plate.
Okay, that's a good point. At one point, I was thinking maybe, I'll ask her, but, we're in the middle of a vent off, and it would just be in poor taste.
That would be in poor taste. I mean, here's the thing, Gator. I've also been hungry on a date before, but do you know what I did afterwards? I went and got myself a burger at a drive-thru on the way home. That's how you solve that problem.
There you go.
Well, I also did that, too, because the fish wasn't very big.
How much can you eat, sir?
Yeah.
Well, they call me Gator for a reason, okay? I can eat a lot. I still look good. I'm not called Little Baby Bird.
All right.
Well, I don't want to ask this question because I don't want to have to buy you food, but Teresa, would you like to go on a second date with Gator? We will pay for it.
No, I'm good. Thank you, though.
Look, I know you don't want to go on another date with me, but we did have a really good time. The vent off, we were laughing, and I shouldn't have eaten off your plate sneakily. I'm sorry. Next time I'll ask if I can have a bite.
Hey.
Will there be a next time, Teresa?
I feel like you should give him just one more chance.
You had fun.
Yeah,
Okay,
come on.
only if he admits that saying when he paid for the food, it was technically his.
Yeah.
That better have been a joke.
I agree with that.
That was a joke. Bad joke. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Well, we'll pay for it. So the food that you guys eat is technically ours. And I'm going to come over and eat off of both of your plates, okay?
That works. Great.
That sounds good to me.
Yes. Gator is ready to chow down.
All right, you guys, we'll get it all set up and send you out on another date. Teresa, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
She sounds so excited.
And Gator,
Yep.
go get some food now because I'm sure it's been a few minutes. You're probably starving.
Actually, I didn't tell you guys this, but I've been eating through this entire phone call.
There is one surefire way to get on this show.
Have no talent?
Well, yeah, but that's like the hosts of the show.
Oh, okay.
Like us. I'm talking about like callers who want to do a second date or something like that. One surefire way to make sure your email gets through all the channels to get on the air, and that is to sign it the way that this dude did.
Oh.
He signed his email, Eddie, a.k.a. Gator.
Oh, no.
Any dude that calls himself Gator is always welcome. Eddie, what's up? How you doing?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good. I called you Eddie. I should have called you Gator. My bad.
Gator.
I go by both.
Why do you
Okay.
go by Gator? Eddie, why is that a decision in your life?
Because in college, I ate a whole chicken breast and really didn't even chew it. Just kind of gulped it down, like how they feed gators the raw chicken. And it was cooked, but it was pretty impressive.
Whoa.
That's even kind of a dumb story. You ate a chicken breast really fast, and they call you Gator now, and it haunts you for the rest of your life.
He's a legend.
It doesn't sound like it haunts him. It sounds like Gator digs it.
Yeah, well, you do sound proud.
All right, Gator. Well, tell us about the girl that you want to call today. Does she have a cool nickname?
Not yet. Hopefully someday, because I haven't heard back from her. So
Okay, what's her name then?
Teresa.
Teresa. And when you introduced yourself to Teresa, did you introduce yourself as Eddie or Gator?
It was a blind date, so I was introduced as Eddie before I even met her, so that's how that went.
Okay.
Oh, lame.
Yeah.
All right, so you were set up through friends. Usually that doesn't go very well, but you actually liked her, it sounds like.
Yeah, I had recently got out of a relationship, and a coworker of mine was at a party, and this other gal was saying, "Oh my gosh, my friend who's really cute, recently divorced. Do you know anybody?" He's like, "Yes, I do. Eddie." So we get set up on an actual blind date. No last names, no Facebook, nothing.
Oh, cool.
No idea.
What was it like when you guys showed up, I assume, at a restaurant and saw each other for the first time?
She was very cute. I was like, I get why this gal has not been in the market for a while. I was very impressed.
Gator liked what he saw and wanted to chomp down on that little chickie.
Yeah.
Gator did. Yeah.
That is so gross.
Right.
All of you.
Tell us about the date. How did it go, man?
It went really well. We were just talking, and, she was recently single and I was, and then I came up with an idea that I called a vent off. And I was like, how about this? I say one bad thing about my ex, then you say one bad thing about your ex, and we get back and forth. And,
what?
Yeah, just kind of like a ping pong or tennis of anger. Yeah.
Eddie, that's a horrible idea. I mean, the last thing you should be talking about, you're both recently single, is your exes, let alone bashing them.
Well, it went great, and it ended in a whole bunch of laughter, so she and I had a good time. Yeah. It lets you know about them. Like, if they're like, oh, and he always did this, and I'm like, okay, cool, now I know she doesn't like that. So it turned out, vent off.
Okay.
I can't believe that turned out okay.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea. She didn't seem bothered by it one bit?
At the beginning, she was kind of like, well, I don't know. And then I think I started. Then she just absolutely, went from first to fourth gear, and she was into it. It was really fun.
Okay, so wait, what was the worst thing you said about your ex?
One time I got super pissed off that she wouldn't shave me.
What?
What?
Some places you can't reach, and I wanted to be, nice and beach ready for the summer, and she refused. And it's hard.
Yeah, that is. Like, would she never shave you, or just one time she didn't shave you and that was it?
Well, she didn't want to shave certain parts, which are hard to reach, and you can get nicks. And when you sit on a nick, it's very painful, man.
Well, you know what? You're better off. Good thing you got rid of her.
Wait, but on your date, did this launch weird conversations like it just did with us?
Oh, yeah. I mean, not right away, but then at the end, we're just laughing, and she's just giggling about I can't believe she wouldn't shave your butt. It was just really a fun, conversation. So.
Okay, so if even that didn't shake her, why do you think you're not getting a call back?
Good question. I don't know. I mean, the only thing that she went to the bathroom about 3 or 4 times, and I didn't ask. I didn't know if it was, food poisoning, or maybe, a female thing, or maybe she just needed a break from Gator's face. I don't know.
That could be it. I'm surprised you didn't ask. I mean, you guys had just shared butt shaving together, so it doesn't seem like anything would be too personal for you.
Well, yeah. I mean, when 2 people can share butt shaving on a first date, I mean, that's gold. You don't get better than that. She's tossing that away. I mean, it was really that's the best standard of first dates. So come on, I don't know.
You're absolutely right. When you bond over butt shaving, there's no reason you shouldn't get a call back. All right, we'll play a song, come back, and then call her and get your second date, okay?
Gator says thank you.
Oh, gosh.
Thank you, Gator. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The guy on the phone for today's second date update sent us a very short email, and it simply said this: I think I know why I'm not getting a call back. It's because I brought a gun to the date.
What? Why would you do that?
Hey, Todd, what's up? How are you, man?
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Good. Thank you for emailing the show. Appreciate it. Now, you want us to do a second date update for you today with a girl named Veronica?
Yeah, that's right.
Then you didn't say much in your email other than the fact that you brought a gun to the date.
Please be talking about your muscle.
I did. No, it was a gun. I carry a gun on me, and I mean, I don't think it's a big deal, but I'm thinking that might have played part.
Todd,
It's
a big deal.
You're a registered gun owner. You have a permit to carry a gun?
Absolutely, yes, sir, I do.
Okay, but why?
You didn't clarify in your email. I was just like, what do you have it like tucked into the back? And you just like set it out on the table like, yeah, you never know, girl.
Right.
So you have a permit to carry your gun and you decided to take it on your date. Why?
Well, the crime rates in Seattle make people want to protect themselves, and I'm someone that would like to protect myself, especially if I'm, with company and going out on a date with a young lady.
Okay.
I would like to be able to have that option of protecting her in case something were to arise.
Wait, did you just come out of the wild, wild west and you're going to go do a shootout with Jesse James?
You tell me if you were in a situation and you didn't have a handgun on you, then you can argue with me about that.
No, I've never. No, that's so weird. When did you show her the gun?
She noticed it was on me. I didn't show it off to her, but she noticed that I had it on me. I didn't have it necessarily completely concealed, but she did see that I had it.
How long have you carried a gun with you?
For a couple of years now.
And does that work out for you? People are normally cool with it?
Well, I mean, they're going to have to be.
No matter. Yeah. Gun. You're the one that has a gun. You're right. Okay.
How did she react to seeing the gun on you since you didn't tell her about it? Did you have a conversation?
She didn't take kindly to it. She did have a reaction to it. I tried to calm her down and continue on to the meal, but she wanted to discuss a little bit, and I understand that. She wanted to feel comfortable with it, and I think by the end of the conversation, she warmed up to it a little bit.
Other than the gun thing, is there anything else that was weird about your date?
Well, I took her to a nice dinner. I let her order wherever she wanted, and after that, we kind of drove around a little bit and talked about each other's jobs, and I offered her if she wanted to watch a movie, and so we did that, and I took her back to my apartment, and we ended up watching a movie there.
Yeah.
That wasn't because you used your gun, was it? Like, hey.
It was not.
Okay.
Nope. I actually did not remove the gun from my person the entire time.
So you got her back to your place to watch a movie. She must have liked you.
I thought she did, but I haven't heard from her since.
So at the end of all of this, did you guys end up kissing?
No, none of that happened, and I thought I showed her a good time, but apparently that's not good enough these days. I don't know.
How many times have you tried to get a hold of her since your date?
Well, the date was about a week ago, and I haven't heard really anything, and I probably messaged her maybe 3 times.
So what exactly was it that you liked about her so much?
She was just a really kind of natural, easygoing person. Even if someone has an issue with the gun, she seemed, after maybe 5 minutes of discussion about it, she seemed okay, and that's what I liked about her.
Yeah, I would think it would probably be something else, because if somebody has a problem with guns, they don't want to be around them at all. She wouldn't go back to your place. You know what I mean? Like,
you could have a whole
she would have been
arsenal there or something.
She would have been done after dinner,
Well, I do have a couple of guns at the apartment, but, I don't think she should be that surprised
Did
by
you
it.
show her your guns at the apartment?
They're out. They're on display.
Okay. Do you have like a gun rack?
More of a showcase, kind of.
Oh my God.
with the glass door.
Are you sure we're not doing second date update in Idaho?
All right, man, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and see if we can get your second date update, okay?
All right, thank you.
Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Todd is on the phone. He wants us to call Veronica. Veronica isn't calling him back, and he's not sure why. He thinks it's that he brought a gun on his first date. Todd is a registered gun owner. He has a permit to carry a weapon. He brings his gun everywhere because he, just wants it for protection. Todd, I think, though, the reason that you're not getting a call back isn't because of the one gun that you brought with you on your date.
Uh-huh.
Okay, when you took her back to your place, like you said, and you described how you have sort of a display of guns.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I feel like that might have pushed it over the top. It might have made her a little nervous.
All right.
You think?
I mean, who knows for sure? I'm curious what she says.
And Todd, if she happens to be one of these gun-hating hippies, do you still want a second date?
Oh, come on.
You still want a second date with her?
I think if we can work it out, I'd be interested in that.
All right, so you're open to it, okay.
Would you be willing to lock up the guns if that was the case?
My guns are locked up except the one that I had on me.
All right.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to dial the number now, see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update, okay? You ready?
Sure, thank you.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Veronica, please?
Who is this?
Hi, Veronica. My name is James. I'm calling from the National Rifle Association. Wondering if you would take a survey with us real quick. You're a gun lover, correct?
Not really. I guess I'm okay with them.
Hey, Veronica.
Yeah?
This is actually Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay. Hi.
Have you ever heard our radio show before?
I'm sorry, I haven't.
Okay. I'll explain to you the reason why I was pretending to be from the National Rifle Association in just a second. But we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update.
Okay.
Okay. It's where if you go out on a date with someone and then blow them off, they email us and ask us to give you a call and ask why.
Okay.
So you recently went out with one of our listeners. His name is Todd.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now does it make sense why I was joking around about being from the National Rifle Association?
Yeah, it exactly makes sense now.
Okay. So Todd told us about your date. He said that you seemed a little weirded out that he carries a gun.
After talking to him, he made me feel very comfortable about it.
Okay.
So I wasn't that nervous, but I mean, it is a little weird to carry a concealed weapon on you
So
on a first date.
Todd talked to us. He said that he really enjoyed your date and he'd love to see you again, but he feels like the fact that he brought that gun on the date turned you off, and that's why you're not returning any of his phone calls. Is that why you're not calling him back?
And no, that's not why.
Okay. Is it anything to do with the guns?
No, it actually has nothing to do with guns.
Okay. Do you mind telling us why then, so we can pass the news along to him?
Well, we were watching Titanic, and that's one of my favorite movies. And towards the end, yeah, we were watching Titanic. He put it in, and I was just like, how sweet. He actually likes romance. Really nice, right?
And that's like a 4-hour movie, too.
Yeah, but it was nice because we were talking in between, and at the end of the movie, after Leonardo dies, he just blatantly asked if I want to him.
What?
Whoa.
What? That was
Are you
nuts.
like? Did he say it like that?
Yeah, pretty much. Do you want to
What?
Really?
He had been a gentleman all the way up until this point.
He sounds like a gentlemanly dude. Like he sounds like he would not go there. Very formal. And you're not over exaggerating. That's the way he said it to you.
That is how he said it, and I just thought it was completely inappropriate. It made me feel uncomfortable, and then I started thinking in the back of my mind all the guns.
Yeah.
So
Look, we talked to him and asked him about your date. He left that out. He didn't say that he said that at the end of the night. He said, I even asked him, like, what's the last thing you guys said to each other? And he's like, oh, it was just normal. She said goodbye and thought I'd see her again, and that's it. Did you make it obvious that you were upset?
no, he has guns.
Yeah.
I just was very calm and tried to get out of the apartment and get back to my house.
I don't blame you one bit.
Hey,
That is
Veronica?
insane.
Veronica, hang on one second. Todd, did you actually say...
Now, hold on.
Veronica, I should let you know that Todd's on the phone with us.
Oh.
He's been listening this whole time.
He's on the
Yeah,
phone.
hi. I gotta clear that up. First things first. I did say that, but we had some drinks, and I think calling me out on the air like that right now, you guys weren't there. You didn't feel what I felt, and I thought it was an okay thing to maybe say.
No, it's a first date, dude.
How is that okay to say? There's other ways to say it more romantically, or gestures or movements to go in that direction. I mean, to blatantly come out and say it, I'm not a prostitute.
Well, no, I'm not saying you are a prostitute, nor did I offer you money for it, did I? We had some drinks, and I thought we were enjoying each other's company. There was a romantic movie on, and it's obvious when I say things to people.
Okay, but do you understand where I'm coming from? Towards the end of the movie, you paused it, looked me in my eye, and said, do you want to
Oh, my gosh.
I did. I did say that, and I remember that, and, I am sorry if that came across as crude. I did not mean it to be, nor did I...
What other way, Todd, what other way could that come across?
She didn't immediately leave, so I didn't think that it was, it just didn't register.
Maybe she was scared.
Have you used that line on other women, Todd?
And, I'm an honest man. I don't know what else you want me to say about it.
You're a straight shooter.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
I like that about you, Todd.
Okay.
Hey, Veronica, at this point, I would love to ask you guys if you'll go out on a second date.
Oh, God.
I will pay for it, Veronica, if you'll go out with Todd again.
Unfortunately, it's going to be a no.
No? Are you sure?
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I'm positive.
He's a sweet talker. I could have him try to convince you.
Sweet tiger. All those romantic
Well,
words.
let me just say that if we were to go on a second date, I will be more of a gentleman because, I appreciate what you're telling me now, and, I understand.
I think
I understand, and I apologize.
What you're saying, Todd, is that you're not a player. You just a lot. Right?
It's not even that. No, sir, it's not that. I apologize, and I didn't mean to offend you, and if I did not know it at the time, and I would love to take you out again.
Veronica, has Todd convinced you to go out with him?
I think he's probably a really nice person, and he might need to see somebody to help him with dialogue with women, but I just don't think that this is going to be compatible for me.
You're sure about that?
I'm positive.
All right. Thank you for your time, Veronica.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Now that we're done with this, I do have to ask you a question.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, Jubal.
Don't do it.
Do you want
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.